Hey everyone, welcome to the Embrace Life Boldly podcast. This podcast is where we explore the depths of spirituality, personal growth, and holistic well-being. I am your life coach, Tammy Ward, and today we are diving into a topic that is fundamental to maintaining a balance and harmony. And that's, my friends, is spiritual hygiene. You see, for me, spiritual hygiene is all about maintaining a clean and positive energetic environment both within ourselves and in the spaces we inhabit, even the grocery store sometimes. And just as we take care of our physical bodies with regular cleaning and self care routines, our mind body spirit connection needs the same. Because if you think about it, we absorb dirt and germs just as we can absorb negative energies, negative emotions, and negative thought patterns from our surroundings, even interactions with others, or from our own mind. So let me give you an example. Say you're looking through the fridge or the pantry to see what you might need from the grocery store, and you're whistling, listening to music, or simply mindlessly writing down what you need. Then you get in the car and drive down to the grocery store. You probably walk past at least 20 or more people. You might interact with the grocery clerk. Maybe you walk out to your car and drive home after that. And all of a sudden, all of that whistling, all of that happiness, you notice that it's no longer there. You feel bothered, maybe angry. I mean, perhaps a little like ticked off. And it could be because other energies that you were just around in those places are foreign to you on the inside. It can happen to any of us, even walking your dogs. But without regular spiritual cleansing, these negative energies can build up, leading to a feel of fatigue, stress, anxiety, disconnection. The practice of spiritual hygiene releases the unwanted and invites in the wanted, like clarity, happiness, peace, and balance. So that way, when you go to the grocery store, you can feel that and continue to feel that throughout the whole day. So let's talk about some common practices for maintaining good spiritual hygiene. Some people like to smudge with intention, right? They grab like a smudging stick or maybe an incense, sage, palo santo, things like that. You can also use sounding bowls. The idea here is to cleanse your aura and space, dispelling anything that does not serve your highest good. And you want to speak what you want to clear into existence. So perhaps it's you're clearing yourself from having major nightmares the night before, right? Or possibly maybe you woke up, there's that uneasy feeling, and you just want to click like, okay, I set the intentions to remove all the energy of that dream, anything that came into my body, into my aura, and out the other way, right? But here's an example. You can simply say, I clear out all energy that is not of and for my highest and best good. Find your magical way of saying that. It could be as simple as get out, be gone, don't let the door hit you on the way out. I just need you to be gone. It could be simple as that. But once it is clear, you must call in the energy that you do want. Peace, calm, loving energy. Whatever energy you choose will be perfect for you. And sometimes when I'm unable to sleep, I remove any and all energy that is not of service to me from my pillow. Like literally, I basically just take the smudge, the incense, whatever it is, and I smudge my pillow. And I'm like, look, whatever energy was on this pillow the night before, be gone. Because I do not want you as I'm sitting here trying to sleep. I call in rest, restorative. I relax energy into my pillow for me to sleep. I know it sounds crazy, but it helps. The second practice is probably one that I'm need to get better at. I don't know if I nearly require it for me or this is just not the way that I can connect when I want to clear energy, but perhaps it's for you. And any time that I'm going through this and you're like, okay, not that one, not that one, not what that one, what I would love for you to do is just kind of like discover what creates a freedom of feeling within your own self. And the one that don't really align with me too much, for me, but it might be for you, is salt baths. So for all you bath loving peeps out there, put some sea salt, maybe some other, maybe crystals at the bottom of the bathtub, essential oils, whatever you like to do to help you clean. It's almost like in a way that so for me, because I'm not a bath person, I'm a shower person. What I do is I kind of like just go into that meditative state and I just think about like going into an ocean. And I have like all kinds of sea creatures that just come and just clean and they wrap around me. And they just really just clean the energy that I don't want on me anymore. It could be energy from work, it could be energy from driving in my car, whatever it is that I feel like is kind of stuck there and I just need to like scrub it off, you know. And those are things that I visualize. And that would be lead me to the next third practice, visualization. It is the most powerful one to me because maybe you don't have any of the items I mentioned above, and it's all good in the neighborhood because the power of visualization is pure flippin' magic. You can imagine a bright color. I like violet. You can imagine surrounding yourself and dissolving any negative energy as if it just comes right off your body, like I explained in the ocean. The visualization is just basically to move away from you, to move the energy away. And then imagine after that you have like this clean white source. It's almost like if you could think about the visualization and think about the muck and the cruck that's on you that you might feel like anger, shame, blame, any type of sensitivity and emotion that you're experiencing. If you don't want it on you after you've hopefully processed it, thought about it, had awareness to it, but the energies that you get from everybody else's emotions and everybody else's hologram of their 3D world, imagine that it's like, I don't know, a twisty tornado or just like muck or swamp. And then once you release it from you, like you see it dissipate and you see it travel down a river or however you're going to have it flow for you. These are just some examples of spiritual hygiene that I want to give you. But by all means, if you have your own way, keep at it and share it with others because we all would love to hear. But the big idea is to get all of that off and then bring in like clear white light, a beautiful aura color, just to call in divine source and divine light to bring you back to whom you are and to where you are. I mean, we require our higher self source love to replenish us throughout the day. And by doing those things that I'm talking about, you can discover that there's energies that can cause your own emotions to go awry, right? And so sometimes when you're having a out of nowhere emotion of energy, you've probably come in contact with somebody, and that's probably their energy. So, a number one question to ask is like, is this my energy? Just kind of feel into it. And you'll know if it is or not. And you can even, if it is yours, you can even ask them, like, where does this energy reside in? Like, where was it created? Where did it come from? And that's if you want to dive a little bit deeper. But the most important thing is to be able to, after you release something, to bring in love, to bring in light, to bring in your own true sense of self, so that way you can move forward. Another practice that some do, that I do sometimes, would be the crystals, practice with crystals. Some people, put them on them. But listen, in all honesty, I'm not a connoisseur of crystals by no stretch of the imagination. But I do know that on days where I ask my crystals, like who wants to come along with me on this journey today or who can remove this negative energy, I don't know, a crystal will just like point itself out at me. It will just be like, oh, I'm the bright one, pick me. And so a lot of times I will pick that crystal. And I may not know what the crystal is, I may not know what it does, but what I do know is I'm setting the intention and I'm calling forth for a crystal to like lay on my body or hold in my hand or just have in my pocket when I go somewhere. And by that, the crystal just does its magic because I've already set the intention for it. I've already set um, for this one thing to be able to clear out the energy that it does. And trust me when I say that when we ask for these things, that is of and for our highest good. Um, Guides are they're just gonna do. It's just gonna work. It's just gonna happen. Because there's no other choice. That's just what we call in. It's the same as like whenever we call in a lot of times when our mind works and we call in like, oh, I don't feel good. Well, you're calling in not feeling good, right? Or, oh, I'm getting sick. You're calling in that you're getting sick. You're calling that in. And so when we call in a crystal to clear our energy, to be able to be a brighter us and to be able to be in our own energy, then it's just going to work. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Um, I mean, I do know some of the crystals that work like that, and that could be like, your black tourmalines, your selenites, amethyst can absorb and transmute negative energies. And so, yeah, give it a shot. It might be your thing. It might not. Um, and one of my favorites is meditation. I mean, just going in quickly, you can get yourself grounded, open up your mind's eye. Um, it's just one of those things. Like, I mean, if you feel comfortable right now with me, just kind of like I want you to take that deep breath, and when you inhale, I want your exhale to be a little bit longer. It's in that sense like, okay, I want to breathe in the awareness of where the energy's at in my body. So you breathe in that awareness, and then you just kind of like you want to breathe it out from wherever it's like connecting to you. Maybe it's your foot, maybe it's your heart, maybe it's your sacral, maybe it's your stomach, maybe it's your underarm, wherever that energy may come that's in you. Sometimes just getting those breaths out and in, and you don't have to go into a complete meditative state. It's just about finding where it's at in your body, paying attention to where it's at in your body, and then wanting to release it out. Um, a lot of times grounding really helps me. Sometimes if I don't have a lot of time throughout my day, I like to go complete barefoot and I put my feet on the floor and I just imagine like my veins. I visualize in that visualization we talked about earlier is I visualize like all of the energy that is not mine that I no longer want just gets down into my feet. And then Mother Earth comes and takes it in her roots in my veins and she just kind of takes it out and then when she's clear and clears it all out, she then wraps her roots around my veins and they become one. And that's the loving energy that I talk about when it's like bring it back into your body. Um, it's about trusting the process. It's about believing and understanding that energy is all around us. Like everything is energy. Nothing is really solid. I think scientists have done proven the fact that when they get a big, huge microscope and they go into something, they can see little vibrational atoms just like moving, 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 which then creates a solid point. Um, but above all, whatever you're doing, meditation isn't just sitting still, right? There's so many times where walking meditations, out in nature, there's so many wonderful things. Like there's times where I've been doing the dishes and I'm just like breathing out, like when I'm cleaning the dish, I'm imagining that like this dish was dirty, just like the energy in my body was dirty. And like I'm just cleaning it clean, clean, right? Clearing off all the dirt from it. Discover what creates a place of grounding for you and then do that technique, whatever it is. Maybe it's jumping into the shower. Maybe it's just changing clothes sometimes, or putting your hair up, or combing it in a different way. Whatever it is, the main idea is for you to begin to feel where energy is at in your body and release it if it is not yours or if you took it on. Um, I uh, and there's the one that I thought I would never do in a million years um, would that cleared energy from areas is um, energy sound healing. So what I use is like the Tibetan bowls, ding, and I utilize that around. So whether it's gongs, bells, frequency music, any music, Cyndi Lauper, Beyonce, Tay Tay. I mean, it's about release and replenish. Um, and I have an amazing soul sister that does sound healing. And if you want, you can see her information in the show notes, but it's Leslie Reiki at Shaman Lair. She's a beautiful sound healer. I mean, that girl can play a gong like nobody's business. That just clears out unwanted energy. So if you want her information, just take a look in the show notes. Um, I mean, that's basically what we're talking about. I'm talking about a way for building a routine and personalizing your spiritual hygiene, something that resonates with you. Experiment, try different things. Maybe what worked for you last week won't work for you next week. And so you try something else. Sometimes the energy is so heavy that maybe it needs something, a little bit something more powerful, because after all, life can get away from us from time to time. And we may go through it and not realizing what is being attacked to us. Or, you know, so just notice when you're overwhelmed. Notice when your thoughts are spiraling out of control. Um, Maybe notice when you're feeling a bit not yourself, and then boom, insert any of the spiritual hygiene practices I talked for you today. Create ones that you had. If you love, I would love to hear it in the comments, like some of the ones that you use. It's a beautiful way for all of us to begin to help each other, grow in humanity and realizing that there are some things the energy is just not ours. Even childhood trauma is energy that's not even ours because it's energy in the story, right? The story created this energy and now this energy is within you. And to be able to let go of the story, you've got to let go of the energy of it, and that's just plain and simple. So, um, those are my thoughts on personal, spiritual hygiene. And I hope that it helps you. I hope that it gives you a sense of peace and calm throughout your day. And I hope that it gives you a better understanding that it doesn't have to be about, what your parents did, a friend did. It has everything to do about the energy that caused from that situation inside of you, and for you to finally, clean it out. Just like we clean our armpits, hopefully every day. All right, guys, thank you for joining me on this Embrace Life Boldly episode of Spiritual Hygiene. If you have any questions or want to share, again, put those down in the comments. Feel free to reach out to me on my social media channels, Embrace Life Boldly with Coach Tammy Ward, which is www.coach-tammy.com. Yeah. Until next time, keep loving, keep growing, and keep embracing life boldly.